monotonous. We're always battling boredom. Where, tell me, where has it gotten us? Everything's still so doggone humdrum, stuck in a rut, get nowhere fast. The humdrum blues, fighting the future and bad the past. The humdrum blues. Oh, honey, when you ain't got money, you just can't do like you choose. You just gotta live with the humdrum blues. Well, each day's just like the day before. The humdrum blues. I work like a dog, but I'm always poor. The humdrum blues. Oh, honey, it'll run you nutty if you find yourself in my shoes. Fumbling along with the humdrum blues. Well, I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know which way I come from. Raining or shining or snowing, everything's still so doggone humdrum. Love me, honey, I wish you would. The humdrum blues sure will do me a world of good. The humdrum blues. Oh, baby, if you love me, maybe we might get together and lose some of these mean old humdrum blues. Country boy, you've been a joy, a shiny toy. Glad we played your county fair. I'm glad you came to see me there. I sang that song, looked right at you. You came backstage like I knew you'd do. It's a doggone shame our week is through. Bye bye, country boy.
Karrin Allyson is a 5-time Grammy-nominated jazz vocalist whose critical acclaim and avid fan base has earned her a place among the greatest of this generation of jazz singers. Karrin grew up in the Midwest and settled for a while in Kansas City, where her career really took off. She has made New York City her home since 1998. She sings in 4 languages, English, Portuguese, French, and Spanish, and her repertoire covers a wide variety of styles, from bossa nova to folk rock to the Great American Songbook. She has released 16 solo albums and has toured all over the world. Please welcome Karrin Allyson to Steamers Jazz at Jax.
Hey, Terrence.
Hey, what's up, Tony? How you doing, man?
I'm good. Good to see you again.
Welcome to Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX here, you know?
Right. Is that
Boy, we got a show tonight, don't we?
we do. We've got quite a bunch packed into this show right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. And I'm very excited because at the end of the show, I'm gonna premiere a new video that took all week to do, and got about, I don't know, like 22 people involved in this thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, but that's at the end. Before that, there's a ton of stuff going on. So although
Well, listen, I can only tell you that this lovely, lovely, and talented woman in between Tony and I right now, I've had a great relationship over the years at Steamers, and she's got so many, you know, Grammy Award nominated and all over the world. Just an incredible person, someone that you could go to late night tacos with on any night of the week, and she joined us. Let's hear a nice round of applause for Karrin Allyson.
Hello, gentlemen.
hi,
Hey,
Hey,
Karrin.
everybody out there. Great to be
How,
with you.
wow. How you
Yeah.
doing there, dear?
We're doing all right. We're in New York City. Been in quarantine as long as you all have. All work has stopped. But there's a lot of reflection and a lot of time to do things that you would not take the time ordinarily to do.
Right.
And so, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Well, 12.
Music and creativity, that's where it's at.
No, what? And when I was introducing her, folks, you know, we had a thing every time Karrin would play there for the weekend. There was this taco place behind that was open 24 hours, and we would go there and literally get about 30 or 40 of them. Right?
Oh, yeah, because we had people to feed. You and
Yeah.
me.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
yes, and the rest of the band, too. That's right.
So why don't we have a couple of songs that you're going to do for us here?
Yeah, would love to.
Yeah. Why don't,
It's so hard to pick two. I want to just shout out to anybody who's listening, everybody who's listening, and say how much I miss seeing people that I care about. And I want to say big love to my family who's watching and listening, and my beautiful musician friends and everybody. And just, keep the faith. And we're going to keep on.
yeah, we miss you too here. I tell you.
Okay. All right. So this first song, I'm gonna do a ballad that it's from my CD called "Somewhat Sunshine," and this is a very personal song for me, an original song, and lyric partly written by Todd Strait, my good friend and drummer Todd Strait, and this is called "As Long as I Know You Love Me," and it's a love anthem, and it goes out to all the people I love. Are we ready? Should we go?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
I want you to know, deep in your slumber, in the first moments of the new dawn, into tomorrow, deeper and deeper in all of my thoughts, in all I do. I miss you now, but I feel you're not far away, living inside me through all of my days. I can do anything as long as I know you love me. As we go along, ebbing and flowing, changing and growing, in our own way, asking life's questions, reaching for answers. Let it be me at the end of your day. You, my love, know it now. Feel it inside me too. There in your darkest hour, in all that you do, I can do anything as long as I know you love me. As long as I know, as long as I know, as long as I know, as long as love grows, as long as I know you love me. I miss you now, but I feel you're not far away. You're living inside me through all of my days. I can do anything as long as I know you love me. As long as I know you love me.
Oh, fabulous. Fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you
God,
very much.
I miss that voice. I miss that voice.
That's beautiful.
What do you got next?
You mean as far as music?
Yeah, no.
Or,
It's
you know, in
what,
my life, or
Unless you have a
what?
recipe to share or something.
Right.
so do you have any gigs that haven't been canceled coming up later this year?
Well, yeah. Stuff that had been scheduled since the fall, you know. In fact, one actually got scheduled, which I'm very excited about. Who knows if it's going to happen? It's at Sony Hall here in New York City, and
Nice.
it's with our Shoulder to Shoulder Centennial Tribute to Women's Suffrage project, and that's happening August 21st, if all goes as planned. That's probably the
Yeah.
first one. We had one in Terrytown in July at a wonderful club called the Jazz Forum. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But other things have been rescheduled, I'm happy to report.
Cool.
Good.
And do you have all that stuff on Karrin.com?
Yep, Karrin.com, Karr.com.
You know, it's so important to keep the music alive. And I know that as a musician, you guys want to play for people.
Right.
You want to be out there, you know.
Yeah.
We do, and we appreciate what you do. That's an interesting, because I haven't been in touch with you for a couple of years, Terrence. So
Yeah.
I'm glad to know what's going on, and that you have a good support system, which we all need.
I'm happy, healthy, and I'm almost 32 years sober. Can you believe that shit?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So you got another song for us?
Sure. Yeah. I'll do the title track to that CD, if that's okay with you. It's called Some of That Sunshine, and people can get this on, as you said, Karrin.com. And yeah, okay, here we go. And this is co-written by my dear friend and co-writer Chris Caswell, who's an LA man at this point. He's from Rochester originally. I love Chris very much. This is Some of That Sunshine.
Thank you.
Life is a mysterious lesson. One never knows what's in store. Just when you think trouble's over, there's more. Everyone has her own theory. Nothing's more fickle than fate. I've always said when it's stormy, just wait. Wrap up some of that sunshine. Put it in your pocket for a rainy day. get yourself some good loving. Sometimes too much thinking gets in the way. Nobody said it was gonna be easy, but you can't live your life in dismay. So wrap up some of that sunshine. It'll come in handy on a rainy day. And take a walk in the moonlight. Time is made of moments that you can't replace. And try to look on the bright side. Welcome in tomorrow with a smile on your face. Into which life rain is bound to come falling. Try as you might to keep it away. So wrap up some of that sunshine. It'll come in handy on a rainy day. You've got to wrap up some of that sunshine. Put it in your pocket for a rainy day. And get yourself some good loving. Sometimes too much thinking gets in the way. Nobody said it was gonna be easy, but you can't live your life in dismay. So wrap up some of that sunshine. It's better to collect it, 'cause when you least expect it, it may come in handy on a rainy day.
Excellent.
Love that.
Excellent.
Love
Wrap
that.
it up.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, listen, I guess after a video of you doing, let's see, what is it that you're going to be doing after?
We've got
Vivo Hando?
Vivo soñando.
Yeah, beautiful. We've got a lot.
Yando.
We have a lot of viewers
Do
in
the-
Brazil, so that's great.
Beautiful.
So they're going to test you.
Bem-vindo.
When will we see you again in Southern California?
Actually, we're going to play at Vitello's, I believe, in November.
Beautiful.
So that'll be fun. Yeah. That's
We
been
may
scheduled
have
for about...
we may have to grab you and give you an extra night at Campus JAX in Newport Beach. That's far enough away, right?
I would think so.
We'll make sure it's.
Yeah.
I would think that any mutual and that's all good. I'm going to leave it there.
So,
Well,
any parting advice, or you want to set up this video?
Let's
or?
see. Oh, for the next video, well, it is Vivo Soñando, and the English, it's a Jobim, first of all, and Antonio Carlos Jobim, and English lyrics are written by Susanna McCorkle, and of course, she was a beautiful artist.
I remember her.
But I just say anything parting would be just to hang in there. Creativity and Mother Earth, she doesn't need us, but we need her, so let's take care of her. And that's what I would say, and each other. And I appreciate your efforts here, and thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here, Karrin.
I love you, Karrin. It's so great.
I love you back.
Say hi to Bill.
Thank you. I will.
Vivo sonhando, sonhando mil horas sem fim. Gente que passa sorrindo, zombando de mim. É tempo de falar em estrelas, falar de um seu assim. fala tão bem que se tem, mas você não vem, não vem. Você não vindo, não vindo, não, vida tem fim. Gente que passa sorrindo, zombando de mim. E eu ia falar em estrelas, mar, amor, luar. Pobre de mim, que só sei te amar. Pa bum 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 pe bum bum pe. Pa bum 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 pe bum 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 pe. So bum bum pe da bum 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 pe 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 bum bum pe so bum pe pe pa. So baby, boom 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 boom, so baby, boom 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 boom, baby, boom boom, so baby, boom 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 boom, boom boom, so baby, boom. Dreaming, I'm dreaming my whole life away. Dreaming and dreaming and not caring what people say. Everyone says that I'm lazy, dreamy, silent and strange. Everyone says that I'm crazy, but I can't change, can't change. Wishing and hoping and yearning and knowing it's wrong. Dreaming I'm holding you, dreaming you're hearing this song. We had a dream together, I don't believe that you're gone. Till you come home, I'll be dreaming on. Till you come home, I'll be dreaming on. Vivo sonhando, chalo com baby, ba bum 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 bing bing bang 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 bing bang, sa baby, fa.
Hey everybody, welcome to my studio. I'm going to show you around tonight. You can find it by coming through my house and looking for the big Louis Armstrong on the wall right there. Or you can look at these drawings on your way in. These are drawings of some famous jazz musicians that I did back in 1988. Come on in over here. This is my Pacific Jazz Festival poster that some of you might have seen me post about. A little collection of memorabilia and stuff. Here are some instruments from all over the world, things that I can barely make a note on. And come on in, this is the main room. I'll start over here. This is my guitar wall. Every studio needs a guitar wall. And I've got my turntable, my guitars, my signed Duke Ellington Orchestra program up there. Right over here is the main workstation. It's my recording computer, my keyboard, and all the magic happens here. And we're going to spend a little time here in a little bit. Come on this way. This is where all the singers and instrumentalists would come. When they come over to record, they do that in this room right here. So we've set them up with a microphone or two. And they do their thing while I'm doing my thing. And right over here is a little lounging area. So if we're working together in my studio, you'd probably hang out back here. It's an original Louis Armstrong painting that I love. And right here are a couple of original Fats Waller manuscripts. Maybe we'll talk about those one night.
Josh Nelson is one of the most well-respected jazz piano players to emerge from the Southern California scene over the last couple of decades, having earned his stripes with legendary musicians such as Benny Golson, Kurt Elling, Natalie Cole, and John Pizzarelli, as well as with young lions like singer Sarah Gazarek and many more. His own work has covered everything from jazz standards to the decidedly more ambitious projects like 2011's sci-fi-inspired Discoveries and 2015's Exploring Mars. His 2017 release, The Sky Remains, is a musical love letter to his hometown of Los Angeles, California. Please welcome Josh Nelson to Steamers Jazz at Jax.
A broom kicking dust.
Hey, Josh. What's up, man?
Hey, Terrence.
It's great to see you.
Great to see you too.
So what do we got going tonight here, Tony, with Josh?
Well, you know what? I think we were going to ask him to just play a couple tunes for us, but these were songs that, as I understand, were requested the last time he was on. We had viewers request songs for him to play, and that's what we're going to give him right now. And
Well, how about if I interrupt you and I just come up with one of my own, right?
Sure.
Recluse.
Ah.
How do you like that?
That's pretty fancy,
Just off
Terrence.
the top of my head, man.
Thank you. This is wow. Thanks, Terrence. An original tune of mine. I appreciate the request. Sure.
We got a history, my friend.
Yes, we do have some history, and I'm glad we've reconnected all of us together.
Thank you.
Yes.
And what a perfectly titled tune for right now.
I know.
Very apropos.
All right.
Okay, this is Recluse. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Beautiful, man.
Oh,
Thank you. It's nice to have an audience,
fantastic.
actually. Hey, how you all doing tonight?
Wow.
Thanks for coming out. You know,
Yeah, great.
just like
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, but Tony's a big mid-century guy, and he wants your clock up there above your
we
mantle.
are. We already told. Yeah, we covered that. I'm already
Yeah.
working on it. I'm way ahead of you,
And
Terrence.
and I also noticed that you're a sci-fi fan, huh?
I am a sci-fi fan.
Forbidden
Good.
Planet,
Bad.
Robbie the Robot.
What's that?
Forbidden Planet, Robbie the
Oh
Robot.
yeah, I got one of those
Yeah, man.
back there. I know, right? I love that stuff. So good.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I got to put a shameless plug for my day gig, monstersinmotion.com. We sell all that stuff.
Whoa.
And my boss texted me and said, "Hey, Robbie the Robot back there."
Yeah.
look at that. We're both trying to sell stuff to Josh tonight.
We're trying to sell stuff to Josh.
I'm gonna buy
Okay, it's barter time. I'll give you a Robbie the Robot for that clock on the wall.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Well, my mom's gonna love this. My mom got this clock for us, and we just
Oh, it's
and
beautiful.
actually, I have a matching. Well, not matching. Same maker though.
Metronome.
Oh wow.
Same maker of the clock made this metronome.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, beautiful piece. My grandfather's metronome.
Yeah. Very nice.
So how you doing there, buddy?
Doing okay,
Yeah.
Terrence. Yeah. You know, just like hunkering down, practicing, writing, some arrangements for people, a few online lessons, kind of probably what Tony is doing, a lot of similar stuff. We're all just trying to keep the creative juices flowing. And,
Right.
you know, this is so encouraging to see that you guys are doing this. And I posted earlier today on Facebook about how instrumental, pun intended, Steamers was in my experience in helping me grow and develop as a musician.
Thank you.
I have so many great memories from that venue, and then to bring in Tim and his vision with Campus JAX it's really encouraging to see.
That's great. Well, you realize it was reciprocal. You know what you brought to the place, and Tony and all the great musicians is the only reason it lasted 22 years. You know, and it was such a beautiful thing, and we want to perpetuate it this way. But
absolutely.
Go ahead. I was going to say I've been in Orange County, and L.A. playing in Orange County, L.A. my whole life, and but living in Orange County, and so I've always talked about how the scene has like ebbed and flowed, and I've been very fortunate to be part of, now three. I mean, there's been a lot of different venues that have come and gone, but three sort of mainstay venues. I was at Cafe Lido back in the day, late '80s, and then Steamers, and now with Campus JAX. So I've been very fortunate to be closely associated with those venues, and it's just nice to see that kind of on the rise again. And there's some other nice rooms opening up too. Tim and I were speaking once that, and I like that he said this. These are my words, but this is sort of how I heard what he was saying, is that the more clubs, the better, because it's not, you can't look at it as competition. It's just building this whole family of music and audience and musicians, and it's all a benefit. So I love seeing that. I love seeing venues come up like that, but I'm just so grateful to be a part of this and to see Steamers and JAX come together like that. It's just, what a great thing. Yeah, very cool.
Well, there's a lot more musicians than jazz clubs, right? So we got,
and the truth is, all of us musicians we're too smart to open a jazz club. Let's just we know better.
High five on that one, buddy. Oh my God.
Oh
yeah.
So
well,
hey,
Josh,
the other tune that we have that was requested is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm just going to request it here. It's the Stars Fell on Alabama.
Oh yes, sure. I love that tune. Great suggestion.
Can you play it for us?
No, I'm going to respectfully decline. No, of course not.
Fake it till you make it, right? That was great.
Yeah,
Great.
Josh.
Thank you, Tony.
Okay, Jay, Josh, how about this? Instead of the clock, when we hang up, you just go back, play it again, record it, and send it to me so I can play it. We can do a duet together.
Oh,
I
I'd love
that.
to.
Yeah.
I would totally do that instead of the clock. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't.
Okay, fair enough. You keep the clock. Just send me a track to play to.
That was great. That was great. Fantastic. Well, we love you, Josh, and you know I love you, man. I cannot wait till we get this country running again, and you can come out and play at Campus JAX, and
be there.
hopefully you can come back to this on a Sunday again. You know, with some more requests. Make it
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
You guys
it's
are
beautiful.
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you so much. Love you, my friend.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. See you later. Hey, so just so you know what's coming up next, Terrence, is we're going to do a little bit more. So the videos that we're showing with me are we're calling it the birth of a song. Basically, the song that we're premiering at the end of this show tonight. I just talk a little bit about how the song came about and the process of getting it ready to record, and that's what those little videos are. And then you're going to see this incredible video that is a product of this quarantine from my friend Lizzy Shapiro, and then she's going to join us to talk about it. But wait till you see this video, and it's I'll let you know ahead of time so you know as you're watching it that it involves people from all over the globe participating in this video. So
we also have a place that people can leave a tip or whatever. You know, they can go to steamersjax.com. There's a place there that they can leave a tip or whatever, help out, and, you know, just help keeping this up.
Today I thought we would just take a few moments and I would explain to you how a song gets written and recorded and put into a video like the one we're going to premiere tonight. And for those of you who are in the industry, I'm certainly not the greatest expert, so this may be old hat for you, but for those of you not in the music industry, hopefully you'll find this interesting. So to begin with, writing the song. So I was playing at Campus JAX one night, and there was a couple out there dancing, doing like a jitterbug dance, and I thought, I just had the idea to write a little tune with that kind of dance in mind. And you know, there's certainly a lot of music like that already, but I like to take my turn at writing that style of music. I like to write a lot of older styles of jazz and popular song. And so I just thought I'd write a little jump swing tune, and I brought it in the next time we played there. And I decided to call it Jumpin' at Jax. Years ago when we used to play at Steamers, I had a tune called Steamin' at Steamers, and I thought, all right, we'll call this Jumpin' at Jax. And so I wrote the little tune, and then as we were playing it that night with the quintet, I thought, this really should be a big band tune. So the song that I ended up writing, Jumpin' at Jax, is very much designed to be like all those old big band jump swing tunes we always associate with the 1940s. I didn't write it to try to do anything new and original with that style. I just really wanted to write something of that era, and hopefully it reminds you of a lot of other songs like that. So once the tune's written, and I've decided this is going to be a big band tune, I have to do the big band arrangement. What that means is I can't just write down the melody and the chords and say, all right, guys, go ahead and play it. When you have a big band, you've got 13 horn players, and all 13 of those guys need something to do. There's 3 sections. There's 4 trumpets, 4 trombones, and 5 saxes, and actually a 4th section, the rhythm section, which is piano, bass, guitar, and drums. And so every single one of those instruments has to be doing something that matches and fits with all the others, but obviously they aren't doing all the same thing, so everybody has their own note to play, their own rhythms to play at different times, and you've got to make this puzzle work together. And big band writing is not something I've done a tremendous amount of in my career. I actually just started doing it a few years ago. It always scared me, so I kind of backed off from trying my hand at it, and then I got some opportunities and really loved doing it. And you know, I'm definitely not the greatest big band arranger in the world. There's a million guys I know who I adore their writing, and I look up to them. And I have a few tricks, and I kind of stay in my little lane, and I tend to like anything from this kind of jump swing era up to really my favorite is the Count Basie band of the 1960s. So I try to emulate a lot of that. So, you know, I don't count myself among the best, but I certainly enjoy doing it.
So then I sit down and I have to start notating everything. And I do all my notation. I used to do it all by hand, but now there's some great computer programs, and the one that I prefer to use is called Sibelius, and it looks kind of like this, and you'll see I'm able to manipulate the notes and put all the notes in. And the other really great thing about it is that it'll play back for me what I just wrote. So if I want to check how all the notes are working together, I can hear it really quick. Now, it obviously doesn't sound great, but it's a good way for me to just check, and if there's a wrong note, I'll definitely hear it in there.
Let's see. How does this work? Ooh, okay.
All gatherings for purposes of entertainment and amusement are prohibited until further notice. People are earnestly requested not to crowd together unnecessarily in any circumstances.
Hey, have you heard the news? The world's about to end and we got nothing to lose. 5 minutes left and we'll all be toast. So let's toast. Hey, it's a perfect day to gather all your troubles and just throw them away. There's nothing left to do, my friend, but live, live, live. So let's dance. Gonna kick it to the morning cup. Let's dance. Gonna hit it, don't care what is wrong. Let's dance. Gonna kick it to the morning cup. Let's dance. Gonna hit it. Gonna hit it. Let's dance. Gonna kick it to the morning cup. Let's days I wasted, tears that I cried. 'Cause
Elizabeth Shapiro leads the popular band Lizzie and the Triggermen. They have wowed audiences all over the Southland and are quickly building a national following. The Triggermen consist of some of the Southland's best musicians spanning several generations, and they are known for their high-energy traditional swing music infused with modern sensibilities. Elizabeth is also a Yale graduate and an actress who has appeared on stage, in film, and on television. She is most noted for creating, writing, and starring in 2016's History Network show, The Crossroads of History, which garnered 2 Emmy nominations. Please welcome Elizabeth Shapiro to Steamers Jazz at Jax.
Hey, Lizzy.
Hi.
Lizzy, look at us all dressed up and nowhere to go.
I mean, I actually had somewhere to go today. I did I did a drive-by birthday party. So
Oh, nice. Okay.
where I drove by my friend's house and said happy birthday.
Yeah. Well, I know if this quarantine goes on much longer, I'm going to have all my suits let out a little bit.
Oh, really?
Putting this on tonight, going, I don't know about this. So, anyways, yeah.
Well, you still look good, Tony.
Thanks. I'm eating a lot of Cheez-Its these days, so. Hey, it's good.
No
to see you.
judgment from me.
Thanks for being here. Lizzy and I met about a year ago or so. We did a benefit concert that we were both on. I was with one band, she was with hers, and we met backstage and talked a little bit, and then we reconnected over this AB5 debacle, which we're not going to talk about tonight. But
Right.
But then we've just gotten to know each other, and I have a lot of admiration for the work she's doing with her band and the music she's pursuing. But before we get into talking about this video and the band, and the video is so great, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to talk about your TV stuff because that's very unique about you. You did the impossible. You came up with a show idea, and it ended up on the History Channel, and it was called Crossroads of History, correct?
That's right.
And
yes.
you wrote it and started it, and this was in. Why don't you talk about that rather than me try to explain it?
Oh yeah, sure. So the same year actually I put together a 10-piece jazz band. I decided to film a spec pilot. These are 2 of the worst ideas ever.
Right.
Things that never actually lead to success.
Right.
And I did them exactly. I did them both at the exact same time, and by some miracle they both worked out. But yeah, so the spec pilot that I shot, ironically, is actually in this the Pasadena Masonic Temples where we shot the spec pilot. And the only condition that they had was that we couldn't film on Thursday nights because they had a Lindy Hop night. And I was so new because I was just putting together the band. I didn't know what Lindy Hop was. And then subsequently, the people at this Lindy Hop that go there every week have become some of my closest friends. So it's kind of an eerie connection. But anyway, so I created this TV show. We sold it. It was on the History Channel. And I starred in it, but also a bunch of amazing other people: Paul Scheer, Lou Diamond Phillips, Michael Mando, Angela Kinsey, Brian Baumgartner, a bunch of folks from The Office, and Jack McBrayer. It was a really incredible cast, and we ended up getting 2 Emmy nominations, which was also surreal. So yeah, it was really,
that's incredible.
Thank you. It was very exciting.
Yeah.
And then at the exact same time, I was, putting together Lizzie and the Triggermen, and kind of both of these tracks just by some miracle happened.
Right. All right, so let's talk about this video and how this came about. And
Sure.
Why don't you explain that?
Well,
And the phenomenon.
And what?
And the phenomenon of it.
Sure. So the song is a song that actually I wrote back in 2018, and we'd finished the track for it last year, way before the pandemic. So it's not actually about the pandemic, even though it feels so eerily about it. And so once the quarantine started, the shelter in place order, I really wanted to put together some contribution that could help boost people's spirits, because I was feeling so, just helpless and useless. And, here's this global tragedy, and I just wanted to try to do something at least. And, you know, I've thought about how throughout time artists have served the role of boosting people's morales during tough times. And so I thought, okay, well, this is something we can do. And you know, reached out to a bunch of amazing dancers and artists all over the world, and just really didn't know what to expect. And then the videos started rolling in, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. And so it was something that, you know, came together really organically, and we gave people really no direction, just, you know, film yourself dancing at home. And yeah, people just ended up coming up with such more interesting, creative takes than we could have ever come up with.
It's really obvious watching it that people were having fun doing it, that they decided, like you said, they decided to be creative. They didn't just, you know, throw something together real quick. They took their time and thought about it and did some really great, clever stuff. So.
Yeah, like climbed on top of the roofs.
Right.
I know. That was the first video that came in. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, no, it was really fun. And it's been, obviously whenever you put out something as an artist, you don't know what the reaction is going to be. We hoped that it would make people happy, but the response we've gotten has just been so overwhelming and wonderful. And, you know,
over 400,000 views on it right now.
Yeah, we are. And it's been shared all over the world. And it's just really cool to see, that it's just making people happy. That was the whole point.
Right.
And, so that feels like this, you know, wonderful bright spot.
Yeah.
Who is doing the editing and all that?
So actually, speaking of Crossroads of History, so this director team that I'm obsessed with, who did a couple episodes of Crossroads of History, right at the very beginning of the, you know, shelter in place, I just posted on Facebook because I had this idea for this video, and I was like, music video directors, hit me up, you know, and one of them immediately messaged me, which is incredible because these guys are so brilliant and I'm so obsessed with them, and I probably would never have even bothered them about, you know, a music video. So it was just really cool that they wanted to be a part of it. And so anyway, So they edited it, and you know, it was collaborative, but yeah, I mean, they're such brilliant directors and editors.
Yeah. Well, I know that we're all just waiting for when we're allowed to do our next gigs.
Yes.
And but we were talking to you about getting you down to Campus JAX before this all hit. So before I let you go, we'll just say that I know that that's the plan. So for all those who are watching who are Campus JAX regulars, we are going to get Lizzie and her band out there as soon as we can.
We love that.
Please, we would love to have you there.
Well, we would be honored. And, you know, thank you so much for spreading the word about our video and giving me excuse to get out of my pajamas. Just kidding. I'm like this all the time in quarantine.
Right. Of course.
You look great.
Well,
you look great.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Right. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Pleasure.
Bye,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Good luck.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so I think we're going to go into another video of kind of wrapping up the making of the song segment, and then that song is going to premiere at the end of the episode. But before that, we're going to have a visit from my good friend Crystal Lewis and hear one of her tunes as well. So now the next step is to try to do a demo. And I'll just say this, there's a lot of guys who can do big band arranging and they don't need to hear it ahead of time. They can just walk into the studio and know it's going to be right. I'm not that guy. I like to hear it and check my work and make sure it's going to work before I hand it to a bunch of musicians I respect. And so I like to do a demo of it. And the demo basically is not the final recording, but it's a version of the song that allows me to sort of hear it, fully realize up to a certain point and kind of decide if I want to make any changes. And the best way to do that, you know, I could just try to play it out on piano, but modern technology allows us to do some pretty crazy things. So I record in a program called Pro Tools. Now, you've all seen pictures of recording studios with all the knobs and all the lights.
And basically, Pro Tools is all of that in a computer. And it's kind of been the way we've recorded for the last 20 years or so. One of the great things to come out of the computer revolution as far as recording studios goes is something called virtual instruments. And just to try to explain it, imagine if I brought my trumpet into the studio and I recorded every note of the trumpet individually, loud, soft, long, short, and then I was to digitally assign them in the computer to a key on the keyboard. Well, that basically is what we can do now with every instrument under the sun. And so I can sit here in my studio and play all these different instruments. So for example, the drums. And then as I keep cycling through all the instruments that I have selected already, I've got the piano here. I've got the bass. Saxophones, trumpets, and trombones. So after I have all those instruments in the computer, then I take the music I've written and I start playing all those instruments individually from the score that I've created. So at the end of that, I have a demo of my song, and let me just show you a little bit of what that demo sounds like. Remember, these are all fake instruments, basically.
Let's make music harmonize, sing in unison, drive the words together to a tune tonight. Note for note, we'll co-create a simple melody to say. Love has come for us, it's here to stay. Bring me close and whisper, dear, sing a song I love to hear you. Serenade me, unafraid, we'll let our duet tell the story of a love that's heaven sent, of two hearts that found their bliss, living in a real life rhapsody. Let's go dancing, you and I, in the steps, feel the time. Let rhythm move and guide us across the floor. I will follow as you lead. I will trust your hands, your feet, to twirl me around the room and make me soar. It's as though on the grandest scale. Our every movement tells the tale of a love that's heaven sent, of two hearts that found their bliss, living in a real life rhapsody. Living in a real life rhapsody. Maybe I've seen one too many movies. Maybe my dreams too pie in the sky. Maybe I ignored the obvious signs, but you can't blame a girl for trying.
Crystal Lewis is a Grammy-nominated and Dove Award-winning singer whose career has spanned more than 35 years. At age 15, she appeared in the stage musical High Tops and recorded the soundtrack album, then went on to be one of the stars of the Nickelodeon Channel's musical sketch comedy television show, Roundhouse. Her own band at the time, Wild Blue Yonder, helped her earn the attention of the musical community, and at age 17 she was signed to Frontline Records for her first solo album. Her solo career garnered her multiple hit records and #1 songs in the Christian pop and R&B markets, leading to world tours and multiple stadium appearances. Her singing has inspired a whole generation of singers, and multi-platinum artists like Katy Perry and Tori Kelly, among others, have cited Crystal as their main singing influence. 2019 saw Crystal Lewis's first foray into the original jazz market with the release of her album Rhapsody. Please welcome Crystal Lewis to Steamers Jazz at Jax.
I was yours, you were mine for a minute.
How are you, Crystal?
Hi.
Nobody knows why we're laughing. Well,
How you doing in this
welcome
mess?
to our little show.
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm fine, Terrence.
You look great.
Well, part of why we wanted to have you on tonight, because we're not asking you to perform live right now. We are mostly going to hype a special broadcast of just the concert, your album release concert that they just saw one song from, the title track, Rhapsody. And this was the concert we did. What month was that? That was in October back at Campus JAX. So that's the main thing. But let's talk a little bit about the album. And Terrence, I'll tell you, just not that you asked, but Crystal and I been working together on several projects over the last 4 years or so. I don't know exactly how long. We actually met way back in like 91 or 92, but just a couple of times. And
I didn't have kids yet.
Yeah, exactly. But I always knew I wanted to work with her someday. She just really is one of the greatest singers out there. And, like you heard in the introduction, she's influenced a lot of people. And so I'm just really happy to get to work with her, and then just was so thrilled to work on this project. But why don't you just talk a little bit about how Rhapsody, the whole album, came about?
I'd been writing some songs over the course of about 2 years, and I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with them as an independent artist and as a non-player. I don't accompany myself. I didn't exactly know what to do with these songs, and then I thought, I'm gonna do a series of EPs and whatever. I had these various ideas, and then I did this random photo shoot with one of my very best friends in Nashville, Jeremy Ryan, and he took these pictures and he showed me just in the viewfinder, the back of the camera, and I immediately was like, I gotta text somebody real quick. And I texted Tony in that moment and I said, I'm texting you a photo and I would like for us to make a record that sounds the way this picture looks. And so he just was like, cool, yeah. And so we spent the next, 7 or 8 months, I guess, fleshing out the songs that I'd been writing and him kind of breathing beautiful musical life into them. And it's my very first, well, it's my second jazz record. I did one, 20 years ago. In 2000, my first jazz record came out with the Peter Erskine Trio. It was a holiday record. And I've always, all these years, wanted to do another one that was non-holiday related. And so this is what came of it. And I'm very proud of it and couldn't have been happier. What do you want? Sorry, my cat was trying to say hello, and then he was like, no. Sorry.
He's not an invited guest on the show, just so you know.
Okay, good to know. Good tip. Duly noted. Anyway, that's how the record came about, and we wound up pooling our. I did a crowd-funded campaign for it, so I did a Kickstarter, and I told Tony, "Hey, I want these guys to play on it," and he said, "Well, I think these guys would be cool too." And so we kind of pooled our resources and our contacts, and just came up with really one of my favorite things I've ever done. So
yeah, there are some great musicians on that record, but it's an album worth checking out, and I was really proud of the work we did together, and just some really beautiful songs on it, and a great they're all originals, and a great original from Betty Bryant. That's the only non-Crystal song on there. Wow. And the rest of them, all the rest I got to co-write with her, except for one other one, which apparently is everybody's favorite. So
which I co-wrote with my kid.
Yeah. Who was in the band? I know Kirsten Edkins. Actually, there's a lot of tie-ins from what we just saw, the video we just saw, and who's in that band, and how we're ending the night tonight, because Kirsten Edkins plays in your band, played sax.
Yeah, she played on the record.
We just saw you dancing with Tony Nunez, who you called New Tony, which whatever.
Makes you old Tony,
right? Which I'm old Tony. So, but Crystal, you didn't know this until today, but I asked him to be a part of this video we shot it for the end of tonight's show. So he's in that also. And then next week, I believe, you're going to see him do a dance in this video, and then I believe next week we're going to show some instructional video to teach you how to do the dance, and he's already sent that. So so that's really fun. So you're going to see Tony in there. Now, who else is in the band?
I believe this night was Ryan Shaw and Brandon Shaw on bass, brothers, and then
was that Matt on
Clifton
piano?
Williams
Clifton
was playing keys. Who played guitar with us that night?
That was Jay Gore, right?
Yeah, it was Jay.
Okay. So anyways, it's a great band. It was a great night of music and a lot of fun, and it's going to be fun to sort of relive it in lieu of being able to play together live these days. But we'll be able to relive a really great night of music. So,
well, hopefully this will turn around and we can have her back at Campus JAX again,
Oh, I have a list going on my phone of songs that I'm texting to Tony and saying, I want to add this, I want to do this, I want to do this. I'm really, it's exciting to think about the future, even given the fact that the future is so uncertain. Right. And so I think we got to keep the hope alive here, y'all.
Now, here's the final, as we let you go, this is the next tie-in into the video we're going to premiere in just a few minutes. The next clip we're going to watch is you singing a duet, which I think I've said this when I introduced it also, that when you first told me about doing this tune, I thought it was it's kind of cheesy, but whatever, we'll do it. And then you did it as a duet with Leah, who sings with my band, and man, you guys just killed it. I was literally jaw on the floor, stunned. And then we decided to do it at a recent performance from the big band from last summer. We did my bunch of my friends' big band. And that's who the video features coming up. But so we're going to watch a clip now from our Campus JAX performance with the bunch of my friends' big band. And that was an arrangement that when I just decided to do that morning of that performance, I thought, well, if they're going to come, I should maybe try to get all the horns on it. So You're going to hear an arrangement that was fresh that day. We had never heard it or played it.
It's literally been done one time.
Yeah, that was it. And then you're going to hear Crystal and Leah just slay over this tune, and it's a classic duet that Judy Garland and Barbra Streisand did. And
the crowd went nuts.
The crowd always goes nuts over this tune. You guys just
I know.
Anyways, lovely to see you, and we'll talk soon.
Forget your trouble, happy day, and just get happy. I hear again. You better chase skies above. So your worries away. Clear again. Shout hallelujah. Silence sing and just get happy. Cheer again. Get ready for the judgment. I hear again. The sun is shining all together. So just get happy. Shouting now. The Lord, no one is waiting to take your hand. Doubt it now. Shout hallelujah. Silence sing and just get happy. And tell the world about it now. We're going to the promised land. Are here again. Happy day and just get happy. They're here again. You better chase skies above. Away. Clear again. Shout hallelujah. Silence and just get happy. Of cheer again. Get ready for the happy days. Across the river, soon our cares will all be gone. There'll be no more Forget your trouble every day and just get happy. I hear again. You better change.
Hey, we're back. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty
Wow.
great, isn't it?
Oh my God. I remember that night. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, knocked the socks off of the people there. Wow,
Yeah.
what a show we've had, Tony. What
I
a
know,
show.
it's pretty great.
Karrin Allyson, oh my God, it's great to see her and hear her.
Yeah,
Josh
fantastic.
Nelson, just doing those improvisations. He's just an incredible pianist. And Crystal Lewis, she's going to be.
We're gonna watch that concert together. Basically, all of us come together, watch it, talk about the songs, and the behind the scenes stuff about the making of the album, and some great footage from in the studio. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun night. So,
Do you think we should maybe show some behind the scenes from this broadcast?
from our show, no, not
our producer.
not until you
Not yet.
not until you
Not
promise
yet.
to wear pants to these, Terrence.
Yes, I know. That's why I never leave, because who knows if I have pants on or not.
Well, that was always the worry when we were at Steamers too. Yeah.
Truth be said, yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Getting serious now. We do have a tip jar. If anyone wants to help, we work hard to produce this stuff, and we want to help ultimately to keep Campus JAX open. Steamers Jazz at Campus JAX. They're doing. We have a tip jar that you can go to steamersjax.com. EAMERSJAX.com. At Steamers, I had a okay menu, but Campus JAX has a really good menu and great food, and we want to keep it alive. And Jack's been working hard to do that, so we hope you can help us out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And we want to keep this thing going here. I want to let you know that next week we have the incredible jazz pianist vocalist from Canada, Carol Welsman. She's won the Juno Award 3 times, I believe, which is the Canadian equivalent of the Grammy. Fabulous. She's going to be coming to us. Yeah, and you can keep going and checking us out. Make sure you join steamersjax.com. Correct.
Yeah. So now we're going to close off the show with something that I've been working on all week, not by myself, of course, a lot of people involved. And the song that you saw the process of throughout this broadcast, that's the song we're going to premiere. It's a song, I wrote a little tune called Jumpin' at Jax.
Fortunately, I was there when you premiered it, and I loved it. And I really think it's great, and I appreciate that, because we're carrying this along into the future. My friend.
Check this out. We decided to do it with a big band, and so I'm going to try to go through I want to call out all these musicians for contributing their efforts here. And the musicians you're going to see, first of all, there's a vocal section that happens midway through the tune that's going to feature Aubrey Logan, Leah Booth, David Laux, Alvin Chea from Take 6, and then the sax section, I should have written this all down. Jeff Driscoll, Mark Vischer, Robert Kyle, Kirsten Edkins, Sal Lozano. The trumpet player is Mike Stever, Keith Smith, my friend who's out in Nashville, Chad Willis, myself. The trombone section is Ryan Dragon and Francisco Ben Devitt and Julian Grau and Matt Johnson on drums and David Enos on bass. And Dave Steve. Oh, I didn't say Torres, Francisco Torres. And David Enos on bass and Chris Barron on piano, Mike Scott on guitar. I think I got all the musicians in there. And so,
did you play trumpet?
I played fourth trumpet. So you'll hear it. It's out of tune. It's the one that's out of tune at the bottom there. So here is the premiere of our little video, our little quarantine video of Jumpin' at Jax, and we hope you enjoy it. Thank you guys for tuning in.
And then we'll be here next Sunday too.
Yeah, and we'll see you then.
Love you, Tony.
Love you too. Oh.
pressed. Time to get yourself all dressed. Time to get your shiny dance shoes on, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax. All the kids are coming down just to dig the swinging sound. You can hear the band from miles away, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax. Here's a little well-known secret, sure as there's a sky above. Nothing could be any sweeter than dancing with the one you love. When life is like a sour note, here's a happy antidote. Come to where the party never ends, 'cause everybody's jumping at Jax.